Peace, family. This is your good brother, second son. That's second with a K, S-U-N, because I am Carolyn's second son. Today we're going to delve into a real quick story. Like I said, I wanted to talk about my father. It's Aquarius season. You see, my father will be turning 73 years of age on the 4th of February. So shout out to my polar reflections out there. You understand? It's Aquarius season. And I said that I needed to get this spiel off. This is therapeutic for me. Get this spiel off about how I met my father. Straight out of Carolyn by way of Willie James. You see? And 7/29/76, I come straight out of Carolyn, like we're saying, by way of Willie James in the Wisconsin territory. Bruce City, to be exact. The Milltown in that area. That's where second son drops. You see? And I say it's necessary for me to talk about my father. Now, about 7 years ago plus, you wouldn't even probably get none of this out of me as far as just like having the willpower to even talk about it. Just give my energy to him, you see? But I'm saying that to say, today, I'm looking at my father and, how I met him and all that, and his life and what it means to me and all that. I'm looking at it in a totally different light today. Like I say, catch me by 7+ years ago, and I'm not thinking whole as it relates to my father, you see. But today I'm thinking whole. And I just want to get this spiel off me, you know what I mean, about how I met him. Because like I said before, my mother and father was not together. My mother had 2 children for him and said she was pregnant in the middle. That's what she tell me. About a couple of months before she transitioned, we having a conversation, doing how we do. And she ended up telling me that she was pregnant between me and my big brother, Kenny. You see? And she said that she felt like it was a girl because she already knew what the boy pregnancy felt like with he and my brother and I, obviously. And she was saying how, that one felt different. She thought it was a girl. But yeah, make a long story short, she didn't have a baby. For what she told me, out of her mouth, from mouth to ear, when I asked her what happened. Her words were, I didn't have the baby. Okay? So, yeah. That's how that go. I always wanted a sister anyway, but that makes sense because I developed quite a bit of them through first cousinry and school. Now, with that being said, how I met my father, 7/29/76, like I said, I've hit the ground, boop, in the Wisconsin territory, what they call Bruce City. You see? The Milltown. And shortly thereafter, you see, mama left, came back home, quote unquote home, is Texas is home for her, you see? And we would live in Texas, for the rest of my life after we leave, you see what I'm saying, the Milltown and come back home. We wouldn't live anywhere else. So Texas would be my, landing spot. And I would go back, I would frequent, you see, Funky Town and the Milltown every summer. You know what I mean? Now, I wouldn't go to the Milltown every summer. Let me take that back. But Funky Town, I'm there every summer. After I eventually end up in the Rose City over there. That's where I went from elementary to high school. You see, in the Rose City. And then would finish high school back at what we would call my home in the Milltown. June 9, 1994, I would walk the stage, you see what I'm saying, graduating from high school, Vincent High, in the Milltown. And that would mark my mother's 42nd born day. That day, I walked the stage, you see. on that day. So I'm fast forwarding on the way through there real quick just to let you know where we at here, you see. And we at, like I'm saying, living the majority of my life in Texas, you see, East Texas to be exact. But again, I'm leaving every summer because my auntie, my little old short auntie, man, and her husband, my aunt, they coming to get me. Me and my brother at first, every summer. See what I'm saying? From the time that I could remember, from the time I was in the 2nd grade all the way through school. My mama's shortest little sister, you see, they call her Pee Wee, would come get me, man, every summer. So, I'm going to Funky Town with my big bros, you know what I mean, Dre and Twan. And we would go to Milwaukee, you see what I'm saying? A couple of those, a couple of those summers, I would get an opportunity to go back to the mill town. You see how this working? Now, my gray-haired auntie, my Aunt Ruth Esther, she would live in Milwaukee, you see what I'm saying? Do the opposite of what my mama did. My mama came home, and my Aunt Ruth would leave home and go to the mill town like the majority of all my mama's sisters. They all migrated to the north. You see what I'm saying? My Aunt Helen, peace be upon her. You know what I mean? My Aunt Earlene, my Aunt Lily. See what I'm saying? My Aunt Ruth and my Aunt Pee Wee. These are all my mama's sisters. They would all migrate up north anyway. You see? And with that being said, we always had family there on both my maternal and paternal side in the Milwaukee area I'm talking about specifically. You see? And my Aunt Ruth, my gray-haired auntie, she married and would live in the mill town for quite some time. So I got an opportunity to, you see, go stay with my auntie in the mill. Now, mind you, my daddy people is there. My father, my paternal side, you know what I mean? They migrated from Tennessee, Henning, Tennessee, to the mill town. Him and his siblings. So that's how all this connecting. Now, mind you, my mother is raising me and my brother to know. You see what I'm saying? So we still got a connection with my father's family, his sister, my Aunt Lenny Ruth. I got 2 aunties named Ruth. You see how this working? On my maternal and paternal side. And my Aunt Lenny Ruth, which is my daddy's sister, always would keep my little brother keep my big brother when he was little. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So there was never a lost connection between us and my father's family, but it was just a disconnect between, me and my brother and our father. That's all. Now, to make a long story short, I'm at my Aunt Ruth house one summer, the summer of my 8th grade, going into the ninth. I would be starting the 9th grade. You see what I'm saying? When I go back to school, and at my Aunt Ruth house, of course, it's summertime. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm with my sis, my big sis, Nikki. You know what I mean? We both double Leo. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my big sis. We 5. So we always, with that Leo energy, we always trying to connect somebody with somebody to do something, make something work. You see? And my sis say, I'm gonna take you down here to my friend house, my schoolmate, so you can play some ball. She already know little brother, you know what I'm talking about, want to hoop. Man, go down there to her, the schoolmate, her partner's house, and it's my father. You see? They stay right on, this is 63rd and Villa in Milltown. My Aunt Ruth is living on one side of 63rd, and right on the other side over there, I can see my dad's house, the house that he living in at the time, him and his wife, you see, and 2 of my brothers, you know what I mean, Shannon and Stacy. It's wild. My mama already done put me on game, though. Me and my brother, I already knew that I had brothers. I already knew that my father had other children, though. So that was, you know what I mean, already set in stone. So that wasn't no surprise. I knew their names and all that. But I just had never met them at this time. You see what I'm saying? Now, Nikki say, uh, when introducing us, hey, this my cousin from Texas. Say my name and then tell me, introduce me to my father. This Mr. Willie. And this is Shannon. She introducing me to my father and my brothers. And when he see, I can remember this like yesterday. When she say my cousin from Texas, and then say my name, and then the name that my mother gave me at least, and then I see the look on his face. You know what I mean? And then I feel something too, because when she say Mr. Willie, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I'm already knowing, you know what I'm saying, who my daddy is or whatnot, but I just hadn't met him in person. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, wow, boom. Make a long story short, we play ball. I hoop with my brother and his partner, my brother Shannon, my brothers. I hoop with my brother Shannon and Stacy. Shannon had, you know what I mean, a partner, one of his partners or whatnot to come from through the hood, whatever. We hooping. You know what I'm saying? I go back to my roof house for the night. Then, you know what I mean, everything hits the fan. See what I'm saying? Some kind of way, my mama is in there on the phone talking to Aunt Ruth or something, man. I forget how it go exactly, but I know Nikki know, way more probably, and to be precise with the story. I know she probably know a little more, remember a little more about that part. But I do know that we come back, you see what I'm saying? After all that, you're like, oh yeah, boom, 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 this boy daddy, this they daddy right here. It's really what it boiled down to. Boom, I end up going back, spend a night with my daddy. You see what I'm saying? I'm 13, y'all. I'm 13 years of age. This is my first time ever laying eyes on my father. You know what I mean? I always wondered, you know what I mean, where he was. You see what I'm saying? I always talked to my mother. She didn't have no pictures or whatnot like that of my daddy. You know what I mean? So I couldn't just have no visual. You see what I'm saying? Or how he looked enough. I'm 13 years old. Meet my father for the first time. You see what I'm saying? And amazed they face on that basketball. I'm hooping, you know what I mean? I'm hooping. I'm talking about prime time, baby. And that ain't no cap. You know what I mean? Anybody know? You know what I'm saying? No, yeah, the God, that basketball was, I'm talking about, definitely one of his things. Yes. You know what I mean? And I'm amazed they face out there, because my dad and them, they got a goal right there at the house, off the garage. You know, up north, you know what I mean? They subject to put a goal right there on the garage door. Well, not just necessarily up north, because Twan and them had that too in Funky Town. You know what I'm saying? We always hooping. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, that's how I met my father. End up spending a night, went to church with him. You know what I mean? Of course, the story is, you know what I mean, longer than this, but this is an edited version of how I met my father at 13 years of age for the first time. My sis, Nikki. Yeah, come on down here. Not even knowing what she doing. She connecting life, literally. You know what I'm talking about? And I love my father to this day. You know what I mean? He's able to talk to my children more because, I'm grown, man. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't, you know what I mean? It's not too much I can just catch up on. I got grandchildren on the ground, so I'm trying to do that pawpaw thing, stay focused. But my babies, my baby girl hooked that up between her and my big sis, Lynn. And they hooked that up where they got his phone number or whatnot. So my baby girl and my son, they get to do a lot of talking and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Getting history about how they pawpaw was or whatnot. So that's a good thing, all on that part. And that's really just the moral of the story, how I was trying to, let the family know about my father, because it's Aquarius season. You know what I mean? I'm always hollering straight out of Carolyn. I got to have, she had to have assistance by way of Willie James. And I appreciate everything in his DNA. You know what I mean? That's where I get my street and my intellect from. Because that's how his people live. Straight up. Those REEDs, you know what I mean? Out of Hennon, Tennessee. And then I catch some more of that from my maternal grandmother. You know what I'm talking about? Eula because them horns, they the same way. Street and intellect. It's your brother. Peace.